So, for those of you who have followed the show for the past 11 years, you realize that I have a little bit more hair than when I first started. I got hair restoration, and that was, a big thing. However, half of hair restoration is trying to make it look like it's fuller than it actually is. I have to spray this stuff in my hair all the time to make the scalp
He
underneath not
does.
look so light. Or let's
It's
say that you
puffing.
have a really close haircut and you don't want it to be able to say, oh, I know why you have a really close haircut. You're barely showing anything because I can see that there's not a lot of shape going on there. Imagine if you could just have that taken care of. Have this look like you did it by choice. Our next guest, technology to make it look real good.
Well, we're all very sensitive about our hair, which
Yeah.
is why Joe Barghey is here. He is the founder and lead master artist of Full Micropigmentation, a business right here in the Valley. Joe, first off, welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you, and tell us all about Full Micropigmentation.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to be here. So, Full Micro, I started it in 2016. I'm the founder, like you said, and the lead master artist. I've dealt with balding and thinning my whole life, basically since early 20s, I'd say, so a long time.
Mhm.
Um, and trying to figure out solutions for many years. I tried everything you can think of, from transplants to pills and Rogaine and hair makeup, like Sean said, a lot of
Yeah.
things that you can do to keep it full, but it's all temporary. So finally found something that actually works and makes it look full, like a natural full head of hair. And once I saw it, I was sold. I wanted to get into it.
I love the fact that you call yourself an
Mm.
artist because that's really what it is. This isn't about, yeah, to slap a bunch of dots on his head, he's good. This needs to look real, right? Who is this perfect for? Who would you say
Yeah.
full scalp micropigmentation would be good?
It's definitely an art, right? So you hit the point there. It's an art that you takes time to get good at.
Yeah.
We're putting tens of thousands of follicle replications on your scalp, and we have to do it really precisely to make it look like a hair follicle. And it helps, to your question, it helps people that are thinning, balding, have alopecia, people that have scars on their scalp,
Yeah.
or they just shave their head and want a fuller look of hair. The pigment, if it's done right, if it's done precisely, can make it look like you see, like a nice full head of hair.
Mm.
Yeah, so let me understand. It's not. This is by no means that you're planting hair. You're actually planting a pigmentation. So you kind of have like I would like to call it like a shadow effect, but it gives kind of like the impression of some hair on your head.
Exactly, right. That's a good point. So it looks like the tiny little hair follicles look, or follicle applications, I should say, look like hair when it's shaved down. Even if you have a lot of hair, we can fill it in with some density,
Mm.
make the scalp darker so the thinning is not as noticeable. But yes, if you're
Hmm.
bald or you shave your head, it'll match. This will match the sides nicely if it's done
Hmm.
correctly again. And yes, that little follicle replication will look like a little hair follicle growing out of your hair at a very short length.
That really
You
is
know
everything. And
what it
yeah,
looks like,
well,
Sean. Sorry, you have a very short haircut today. It just kind of looks like you got your hair buzzed. Sorry, it you know.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of seeing one
Yeah.
skin color all the way back, it looks like you have a nice buzz cut, fresh, clean cut all the time.
which is awesome. And with my hair, you don't really tell that you're balding until like it's 70% done, and you're like, oh goodness. At
Mm.
that point, it's really just trying to make it so the scalp isn't so noticeable behind there. So that's why this is great. And you offer a whole bunch of other services as well, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. So we offer. Recently, we got into this last year or two scar camouflage on the body, stretch mark camouflage, just expanding our services, and it goes hand in hand with what we do. That offers a little bit more. There's more colors involved, right? Because we're dealing with the skin on the body,
Yeah.
but it is similar, and it goes hand in hand with what we do.
Hang on a second. Now the ladies all started listening. Stretch mark cover up. Now, let's say you have stretch marks on your belly from having a baby, or maybe on your hips from losing and gaining a lot of weight. How does that work?
Yeah, exactly. So stretch marks from having a baby or any other, from like you said, losing weight, gaining weight, working out. So stretch marks are usually scar tissue and they're lighter.
Mhm.
What we do is we figure out we mix and match specific pigment to find the color that matches your skin, your undertones, your overtones, and we go in with a technique needle, and we basically cover it up to match your skin. It's not 100% covered up, but it's definitely more camouflage and much better than before.
Really, really unique. Before we go, you teach this craft to others?
I do, yeah. I teach it. We have hundreds of students that have came through Full Micro from Vegas and from all over the country.
Mhm.
Not only do we teach it, but yeah, I've expanded. So 16 we started it here. Now I've expanded. I've got 25 affiliate locations all over the U.S.
Wow, fantastic.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. You know what? Good for you. And I love how you go about it in such kind of a classy way. And, you're helping people feel better about themselves. And that goes a long way. Good for you.
Yeah, we're,
Thank
we're
you. And if I could say one last thing, that's why I got into it. It made me feel so good when I had it done.
oh,
After my third session many years ago, and seeing the result, bringing my confidence back. I was driving back from LA where I had it done, and I called my wife and I said, I really want to get into this because of the way it makes me feel. And now seeing my clients, having that feeling come back, seeing them with that feeling every time I finish, it's rewarding. It's very rewarding.
it really is awesome. Before we go, you have a special offer for those who are feeling like, okay, COVID's ending slowly but surely. Maybe I want to end this misery that I have up here and be happy with the way I look in the mirror.
Yeah.
You're doing that for people.
Yes, for sure. So, if you contact us through this video, we will give you free consultation. And not only that, for the spring, the first 10 people that book, we're going to go ahead and take $500 off of your procedure.
Fantastic. Great having you, my friend. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us.
Thanks
Yeah,
a lot, man.
thanks for having me.
Take advantage of that special offer. $500 off for the first 10 clients who book their procedure through this offer. Just call 333-1181. Let them know you saw us on the Morning Blend. You can also go to fullscalp.com. Full micropigmentation, rather, a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.